Hey everyone, this is AnimeDan here, and I am about to start the first video in a series of reviews on anime figurines and merchandise that I've collected over the years, and of course I'll be reviewing new things I get as well. I'm going to start out just by saying that I was inspired to start doing this by watching ACTAR on YouTube. His reviews are extremely useful, and I highly recommend you watch all of his stuff too. And I'm going to start by reviewing some things that ACTAR doesn't either own or hasn't reviewed yet, and then we'll go on from there. So today we're going to start with a figurine I picked up at Otakon 2008, and it's a figurine from one of my favorite series, and well, let's bring it out. Yes, this is what we are reviewing today. We have the Kotobukiya, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Kotobukiya, something like that. Neon Genesis Evangelion, Asuka Langley, casual clothes version. And this is a 1/8 scale PVC sculpt of Asuka. And let's take a look at the box. The box has a pretty good scheme to it. It's got Neon Genesis Evangelion right there on the bottom. Kotobukiya right there. And it says Soryu Asuka Langley, casual clothes version, some cautions and things, the Nerve logo on the side, pretty standard for a Ava figurine. The back here, it's got a nice window, which I like because you can display it in the box if you choose, which I've done for a while now. I have taken it out of the box, which I'm going to do in a minute here. And we see the official Gainax sticker right there. Good job on such a great show, Gainax. And the other side, same thing as the first one. And, oh, that's pretty much it for the box. Let's open it up. Oh, it's also got a top window. Kind of weird for a box, but a nice feature. And let's open it up and take a look. We can see that inside the box from before, she comes inside this plastic clam packaging, which is almost the gold standard for all figurines that come from Japan. And well, let's open that up and see what the figure is like. And here she is. I'm going to move the camera so we can see Asuka in all of her casual clothes glory here. And take a look. It is a very nice figure. Solid PVC 1/8 scale, it's been said. And well, as a solid PVC figure, there are no points of articulation here, so this is strictly a display piece for a shelf or a collection, which of course that's where I keep mine. And well, let's go through it. Camera movement time. She's on this nice plastic base here that is made to look like wood panels. The bottom of the base is pretty average. It's just black. It says Gainax made in China. My camera isn't good enough to point that out. Someday I'll get a better camera for these reviews. And well, I guess we'll take a look at the paint job. Going around, the figure has a exceptional paint job, I would say. The skin tones are all one color and match nicely. There aren't any weird... Sometimes they try and color shadows in beneath the knees or something like that. And I've never seen the point of that because, you know, when you hold the figure in the light, it's going to make shadows by itself depending on where the light is. So, not really a point in putting fake shadows onto the figure itself in the paint job. Okay, well, like I was saying, the paint job is really, really good. There are one of my ways to check to make sure a figure is in fact a quality figure is look at the bottom of the hair. A lot of times for low quality figures and whatnot, the hair will just go into clear plastic at the bottom or underneath. They won't actually finish painting the hair, but you can see that her hair is fully covered in her beautiful orange-red tint there. And I like to see that. So we know for a fact that we can see that Kotobukiya has put a lot of effort into this figure. So, well, let's go on. She's in a really good pose, I think. It's her probably poolside or something along those lines. We see that she has a sheet here, and she's sitting on something. That's the one thing I don't really like about this figure, is it just says casual clothes version, but it doesn't really have much of a theme. Like, is this part of her bed? Is she just waking up in the morning? Is she, like, at the beach? Is that a towel? It could be, the first thing I thought is I saw the red and white candy stripes on her top, and I thought the thermal expansion episode of the series where she's by the pool, but that's a whole swimsuit, not just the top. She doesn't wear the khaki shorts in that episode. So this is pretty much just a skein of Asuka. Guess come up with your own background or setting for it. But besides the vagueness of the figure in general, it's a really nice piece of Asuka. So if you're a fan, definitely pick this up. And well, like I said, my camera's really crappy at up close, but her eyes are very well done. They're the average length apart, which is a problem with some figurines, like Revoltech, if you watch any of Akbar's things. And well, it's overall it's a good sculpt, and this figurine only costs between $20 to $35, depending on where you're looking at it. So it's definitely a really easy way to add a really nice looking thing to your shelf or collection, or if you're a hardcore Asuka fan, this is almost a must, right? And the same company has just released Asuka in a maid outfit, which I know will score some big points, and so definitely worth looking into. And I would say yes, if you're a fan of Evangelion, or in particular Asuka, pick this figure up. It's a little vague, but the paint job is spectacular. The sculpt is very well done. Overall, a good figure and a good purchase. So this is AnimeDan saying stay tuned for next time, and thanks, YouTube.